Okay. So you're working on a goal. This is where you were. You weren't very happy over here. You decided to make a life change. And that life change is over here. And with any luck, if you're right, you'll be happy. Now this is your plan. It's a good plan. It's not perfect. There's going to be a few bumps in the road, but eventually you are going to get there. And you get into your plan to accomplish your happy, and then life goes. When this happens, you're going to have a lot of decisions to make. One thing you can do, flat out, is just stop. You give up. This is a fairly easy thing to do, but it also prevents you from getting here, and the longer that you're not doing anything, the more you'll slip back into this unhappiness. And unfortunately, this will seem even more unachievable. You could do what a lot of people do, however, and hit the pause button. This is when money gets too tight, you don't have enough time, you have family obligations, you have work obligations, and a lot of people will say, I will put my goal on hold for just a little while so I can get money in order, so I can get my schedule worked out, so I can get issues with my family resolved, whatever it is. This is a fairly easy thing to do because it's a lot like this one. And one of the dangers of this is that it actually may become this. Because if you pause and you start taking care of this thing over here that's getting in the way, well, while you're taking care of that, this one's gonna pop up. Okay, you get that one marked off, and you go take care of this one. Unfortunately, this, and this have popped up. And now all you're doing is just putting out the little fires, and you're not doing what you need to reach your goal. Also, pausing, once you stop doing something, even if it's a stop or a pause, getting back into it is also incredibly difficult because you remember how much time and effort you put in at the beginning here, and you're like, holy crap, I'm gonna have to redo a lot of that. It can take the wind out of you, it really can. It's a viable option, and all of these are viable options, but the thing you have to remember is that it's going to be harder to start. Now, what you could do is not only stop, not only give up, but just say to hell with it and sabotage the whole thing. This is getting off of your diet, this is blowing a whole lot of money, this is just going against everything that you've been working for. Now, the nice thing about this is it's the easiest thing in the world to do. It takes almost no effort. The downfall, however, should be pretty obvious. Not only are you stopping, but you're regressing all the way back here, and when you wake up, you get to that moment where you're like, holy crap, what have I done? You're gonna be even sadder, you're gonna be even more miserable, you're gonna be even more unhappy, and over here is gonna seem even further away because you've taken that hit and you did it to yourself. That's the real kicker of this one, is you did it to yourself. And it's really, really difficult to live down that sort of demotivation, that kind of embarrassment, that kind of shame, looking yourself in the mirror. It really takes its toll. I mean, it feels great. It's a great act of rebellion, like nobody controls me and I can do what I want. But once that act of rebellion is over, you gotta face up to the real world and remember where you started at. It's not pleasant. Your fourth option is to keep moving forward. And this can take a whole bunch of different shapes. This doesn't mean running at full speed. You may have to slow down. Things happen, and to make you go, maybe I should put my plan on hold for just a little while so I can work some stuff out. And you put the whole plan on hold, but moving forward, as difficult as it is sometimes, as impossible as it feels sometimes, can be teeny tiny things. It's not eating that candy bar. It's putting pocket change in the little jar, an extra lap around the track, or doing an extra set of push-ups, studying for an extra half hour. It's whatever you have to do to continue your momentum. Now, I'm gonna tell you, this is the hardest thing in the world to do. When the world is doing this garbage to you, that makes this seem impossible most of the time. However, with all of these, every single one of these, there's going to be a point in the future, a calm in the storm, and you're going to be able to look at all the things you've done, all the things that have happened. When the calm hits, and you've done nothing but sabotage yourself, you're probably in for some depression. Not gonna lie, this one hits you pretty hard. Stop. You might be able to legitimize it and say, yep, that was worth it, or that was my only option, but you're still gonna feel a long way away from this. The same thing with pause. I mean, you may see all the extra energy that you put in that if you had just put in here, you'd have been that much closer. Here, that point of reflection though, this one's gonna be the one that gives you pride. This is the one that's gonna make you feel good. This is the one that said, no matter how bad this got, I didn't give in. It may have punched me and kicked me and knocked me down, but I got back up. And even if it was just a teeny tiny baby step, I continued to go. And when you look, you're that much closer to your end goal. We're all going through stuff like this all the time, probably on 2 or 3 different fronts, and it's tiring and it's exhausting. I just wanted you to be aware of the choices you may have been making. Now ask yourself, are those the choices you want to be making?